So, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, everyone, and welcome everyone to the Pluto Super Saturday, right? Now, we actually have started this 3 weeks back, and this is the fourth Super Saturday that we are actually organizing globally. And this Super Saturday is definitely special because what we're here to do is learn what do we mean by back to basics. There are a lot of people who have already enrolled. More than 13,000 people globally have actually enrolled. But here is a little secret that I would like to actually share with everybody. This is the secret mantra of how to build the business big, fast, quickly, and the right way, right? So this is basically a blitz training, and this is back to basics, starting your life transformation today here on this call, right? So let's all get back to basics. Let's understand some basic facts about our Pluto business so that you can actually make a lot of BNBs by the end of the year. And I think that's why everyone's here in this room. Having said that, let's begin. Now, it's very important that you take action. So everybody has to start somewhere. But if you're starting with the basics right, you actually go a longer distance than ever. So getting those basics is very, very important, and it's very important for anybody and everybody who wants to make it really big in this business, right? If you are here to actually make 1 BNB, 2 BNB, 3 BNB, this may not be your training. But if you are actually looking at making 50, 100, 200, 500, 1000, 2000 BNB, this is definitely the right place you've gotten to on a wonderful Saturday, right? Now, what is this business all about? This business is all about an ecosystem. Ecosystem of what? Ecosystem of people from all over the world, right? But what do we need to get there? We need to do something called duplication. And what you see on this image is duplication. It's basically cloning. It's cloning yourself, getting like-minded people from all over the world to understand what is this program about. Now, Pluto is a crowdfunding program. Now, what does that mean? We're building people, customer base who actually understand what is this program all about and how this token can actually help each and every one of them. So it's very important we clone, we copy, right? We duplicate, we replicate people. But for to do this, we need to have a very, very clear understanding as to who are we duplicating, what are we duplicating, and why are we duplicating. So first of all, welcome everyone. Now, the big question, okay, how do I even join the Pluto? Okay, so I know everyone has actually joined the business already, but you grab the referral link of the sponsor who's actually invited you to this presentation, right? So now let's say your sponsor's ID number is 50,000. That number does not even exist, but let's say that is the number, right? Grab that referral link. And once you actually do that, you need to download either MetaMask or Trust Wallet. Right. Now you got to tell your teammates to download what you are comfortable with. So if you're very good in MetaMask, you ask them to download MetaMask. If you are very comfortable in the Trust Wallet, you ask them to download the Trust Wallet. Even this part is a very integral part of duplication, right? Because if you're using Trust Wallet and you have no clue how MetaMask is used, and your teams are all coming in MetaMask, you always need support to actually get that MetaMask set up. So you need to start your duplication from this very second point. Right now, you need to buy your BNB and keep a little extra for gas fee. Every day the BNB prices keeps changing. BNB is the third largest cryptocurrency in the world. Having a little bit of extra BNB is not going to hurt anybody. So whatever that little extra is, it is mandatory that you need to keep that extra. Only then does your contract gets the smart contracts get connected to the MetaMask or Trust Wallet, and you can actually get started in your journey. Right now, connect your wallet to the PlutoMatrix.io and buy the slots. Right now, in this training, you will actually understand why should you buy, what should you buy, when should you buy, and everything that you want to know about the slots that can be bought. right? And that's about it. And welcome everyone to Pluto, the BNB hunter, right? So that's what you do when you want to join the program, right? And once somebody joins, now let's say you join, it's really nice to actually welcome the person to the group, to the family, and tell somebody's new. Somebody's actually joined, right? Now, let's get started with Pluto, right? Now, the big question, what is the big question? Now, somebody has joined. I'm a member now. What next? Now, this is just like starting a car. Now, first of all, everybody has to start the car. It's mandatory, right? Because if the car is not starting or the car is not started, you're not ready to drive towards that word financial freedom. So you're a member, so what do you have to do first, right? Join the WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, and Facebook groups. If you've already done that, fantastic. If you have not done that, after this training call, go back to the person who has invited you to this call, get those links, join the WhatsApp groups, join the Telegram groups, and join the Facebook groups, right? Now, out here we've got different peoples from all across the Plutoverse on this call, so you would have different WhatsApp groups, different Telegram groups, and different Facebook groups. So don't go to the chat box and start pasting your WhatsApp groups or different WhatsApp groups out here. That's not required. But what you need to do is grab this. We are available on WhatsApp, we are available on Telegram, and we are available on Facebook as groups too, right? Now, subscribe to the YouTube channel and press the bell icon for getting your notifications for new videos. Because what we do as a team, we provide you videos that can actually assist you, right? Assist you to a very big extent. So if you need those, you need to subscribe to those videos. Now, what I'm actually personally working with a couple of the tech IT guys is to actually give a quick sizzler video in different languages, keeping different countries in mind. And all those sizzler videos are only going to be available in only going to be available on the YouTube channel. So if you are not going to be there subscribing to our channel, you're going to miss out, and you're going to keep asking the same information over and over again in a WhatsApp group, which actually starts eating the space of your phone, and your phone would actually slow down its pace. And that's definitely not worth it. So just get everybody to actually subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscription to a YouTube channel is absolutely free. You don't lose anything. All you got to do is like, subscribe, and press that bell icon. And when you've done that, you're already on our YouTube channel. Now, make a prosperity list or a name list. Now, what is this actually? When you are joining a program, a platform like this, now you need to invite some people onto the program. Let's be very clear that you have to invite people. So make a name list, right, of people who you'd like to share this opportunity with, right? Now, please understand, your name list is like a petrol, it's like gas. And the car that you actually have is your Pluto. Now, you can consider this as a bicycle, as a car, as a bike, or even a rocket. You decide what you want this to be. So if it's a bicycle, you don't need to make any name list. But if you want to actually make that car as a Ferrari, or you want to shoot this business like a rocket, you need to have that name list, right? Every new member should have a name list, people who they can actually invite to these calls, right? Now, list your goals, short term dreams, mid-term dreams, long term dreams. I call this the induction. Get to know the team that you're actually a part of. This last couple of days, been working closely with some people, trying to actually get them to actually achieve something really small, something really good, short term, mid term, and long term. And there are people who already got this. I mean, I was so happy when I saw some steak photographs in the WhatsApp group. I was so happy when I actually saw some lobster photographs in the WhatsApp group, because that's what it's all about, small goals. Because sometimes we forget to actually pat ourselves on the back. And this is all about giving every new member that encouragement, getting to a small goal, which can actually happen for each and every one. Now, understand the different time zones of the global Zooms. There are many, many Zooms that are actually happening globally. So, when we actually make these standard groups, they are expecting us to put the map of every country, every city in the world to actually make those posters. It's not easy to do that, right? Today, we are, as a team, we are already in more than 25, 30 countries. 30 countries. So if we put the international times on these links, it is your responsibility to tell the members at what time zone these are in their country, right? In their country. So this is also something that needs to be duplicated, right? Now, you Google the international time zones. When we started this team out here, I'm based in Dubai, UAE. And then, we had requests from people in Team USA. They wanted me to actually start doing Zooms in Eastern Standard Time. I had to actually change my personal body clock, not just Google time zone, my personal body clock in order to accommodate that. If you are trying to be successful, sometimes you have to actually adjust your personal body clock, also waking up at all different hours and actually supporting the team. It's all about growing the team. And the faster you grow the team, the more you actually earn. It's very, very simple. Right now, there are a lot of tools that are available on our YouTube channel, a lot of tools. First of all, those sizzle videos. Second thing is the Super Saturday trainings. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the fourth consecutive Super Saturday that we are organizing. And every Super Saturday has a different content, right? Different tips that you need on how to be very successful in in our Pluto business, right? We started with mindset. Then we actually had objection handling, and then we actually had multiple ways how to invite prospects, and now we are getting back to basics. So each and every tool can help you build big. So you've already, people who have actually here on the Zoom call for the first time, you've already missed almost 5, 6 hours of trainings already. If you are trying to get to that financial freedom, you should go and look at all the previous Super Saturday trainings so that you actually understand what's being said. Now, it's not a sin to read. Do that reading. Do your own research. You'd realize that this is a wonderful program, right? You look at what has actually happened in the past. Only when you understand what has happened in the past would you realize that what we have out here is literally fresh, new, and this is long term, right? For all the people who actually think this is a rug pull, we also have a Super Saturday discussing why this is not a rug pull. So go and look at those videos and let's get started with Pluto. Right now, I'm sure everybody understands what this is, but if somebody does not understand what this is the ace of spade from a deck of cards. Okay, now why is this picture here? We actually trying to find something that's very specific. Because now what we're going to do is discuss what are the steps of duplication and how do you find that and how do you get there, right? Now, think global but act local. What does you mean? This is already across 20, 25 countries. And in the coming days, in the coming months, it's going to go even to more and more places, right? So this is a global program. However, what you will do is you will start building your backyard. What is the backyard? The city you are from, the state you're from, your zip code. That's where you start because that's where all your people are. Right. I've seen people, as soon as they join, the next thing they know, they actually start looking at all different countries worldwide, asking me, do we have presentation in French? Do we have presentation in Spanish, in German, and multiple other languages? All of that is coming. But then, if you were in those countries, you know how to actually make those presentations in all those languages. But if you're not from that country, why is it the first person you're thinking about? You're thinking of another country, another language which you yourself don't speak. That's wrong. So think global, but act local. Talk to the people who you know from your list, not some strangers from Facebook or social media who you don't know, because they will ask these questions and we don't have that ready. Duplicate the right thing. Now, this is a global business. Now, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you're coming from. The business laws are applicable to every single country and they're pretty much the same. So if you are in India or you're in US, it doesn't matter. The joining formalities and everything else is absolutely the same. It's the same thing, right? Remember this. Now, explore markets while applying the basics. Now, let's say you have some friends in some other markets. That's great. But when you are touching another market, you have to keep your basics right. If your basics are not right, it'll be very difficult to actually open multiple international markets. But if you stick to one formula, because it is one shoe fits everyone, you can open markets anywhere in the world because all you're trying to do is copy paste or duplication. It's called cloning your efforts, right? Now, stick to the same formula because, ladies and gentlemen, this formula works. Now, the question is whether you work or you don't work, but stick to the same formula, right? That's very, very important. Now, please understand this is a leadership driven program. Everyone is either a born leader or he becomes a leader. This is a leadership program for giving accelerated growth to your team. You have to be that leader, guiding them from the front, telling them what to do, what not to do, how to do it, why to do it, when to do it. It's your responsibility. Because if you can actually drive the duplication steps the right way, you are in it for a big, big income potential from this program. We're talking about millions. Now, everybody likes to have big leaders join their team. That's very good, right? Nothing wrong with wishing for big leaders to join your team. But always remember this, be the leader you want to attract. You gotta be that person. Because there are a lot of big leaders who wouldn't join just about anybody. They have got their standards also. So if you are trying to knock these big guns from business, because understand this, the top income earner of Pluto has not yet joined. I can guarantee you that. He or she, whoever they are, has not yet joined the business. See, if you follow the right duplication steps, you can actually approach them and they can probably join you. And that's going to happen. And that's going to happen organically. But you have to be ready. So be the leader you always want to attract. Now remember this. It's this business is all about finding diamonds, right? Finding diamonds globally. Global diamonds. Are they available? Yes, they are. But what does a raw diamond look like? It looks dirty. It takes a lot of cleaning and polishing to make a diamond a fine cut diamond, right? By the way, diamond is a form of, coal and diamond, they basically belong to the same family. Coal is actually sold for very cheap, it's a carbon. And diamonds are also carbon, but it's sold for a very high price. So, why does a coal and a diamond sell for different price? It's basically the different form and how you polish them, right? So, everybody is looking at getting that big leader in their team. And I understand because you know when one big leader joins your team, the game begins and you start cycling, cycling, cycling to the next generation. But remember this, you got to be the ace to find the other ace. If you set low standards, these leaders, even if you bump into them, they're never going to join your team. But if you have set the right standards, these leaders can join your team, and that one sign up can change your life forever. So what I would tell everybody is be the ace to find the other aces, right? You got to be the spade of ace, ace of spade, right? Because that's the highest card in that deck of cards. And you have to have the highest standards of, professionalism, of doing the right business the right way with the right practice, and actually keep duplicating that. Because when some leaders see this, they like that, they will join you, right? They will join you. Shuffling and sorting is a must. The other day, I was actually telling my team that all you need is 10 cards in your hand, just 10 cards, right? Now, you just pick any 10 cards. They may not be the ace. What are we trying to do here? We are trying to either find the ace or make an ace, right? But not everybody can be made an ace because there's a lot of discipline that actually happens to actually become an ace. So you got to shuffle. You got to keep looking for people. You got to sort through people, right? You're gonna you it's like finding a pot of gold or finding a gold mine, right? There's a little bit of hard work, right? But you keep working the right way, duplicating the right way, you start finding this, right? So always remember, shuffle and sorting is a must, right? And set standards because you do not want to make a understandard team for yourself because that's going to be wrong duplication. And what happens when it's wrong duplication? It gives you a lot of headache in the future, right? Now, let's actually understand how do we get paid in this Pluto program. The very first is called X2 matrix, right? Now, remember this and say it loud, right? Everybody, come on. Remember this and say this loud. You need six people. So basically, what are you going to say loud? Six people helps me cycle. The X2 matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix. And when you do one cycle, you make 2.7x, which means what? 2.7 times the cost of that slot. So, what are you going to tell yourself? Tell yourself, remind yourself every single day. Six people helps me cycle, and one cycle is 2.7x, and that's the 2 by 2 matrix, which is called X2 matrix. Now, come on, everybody. Say this. Go to the chat box, right? And write it down. Six people is needed in X2 matrix. Go to the chat box and write it down. Why? Because some people are not realizing this. They say, oh, what about spillovers? Spillovers will come. You're not joining here for spillovers, right? You are trying to identify those six people. Now, you may not find six people day one. That's okay. But remember, six people is what you need. Now, that's what helps you cycle. Now, what are people doing out here? People are actually buying multiple IDs. Nothing wrong in buying multiple IDs. They get their father, their mother, their daughter, their spouse, their sons, grandsons, grandchildren. They enroll all of them. All that is fine. But are they going to do the work? If the answer is yes, fantastic. You found your six people. But if the answer is no, look for six people that's going to be working. So now you would understand what's the meaning of six people. If you find six people who are joined you in the Pluto business and ready to work hand in hand, day by day in, day out with you, you cycle. And when you reach there, you make 2.7x. And you can make this multiple times. There is no cap, there is no limit. There are people I know who've already cycled once. There are people I know who've already cycled 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. And very soon we're going to find people who has actually cycled 100 times, 200 times, 300 times. But who are those people who are going to cycle 200 times? Those are the only people who have six people that help them cycle. So these are six pillars. So you know what? Go find them. Because the faster you find them, the more the money you're going to be making from this Pluto business. So say it loud to yourself. Let there be no misunderstanding. What does it take in X2 matrix? It takes 6 people. Now, can you be that 6 people? No, you cannot be the 6 people. You're only one people, right? If somebody enrolls under you, but they're not willing to work, or they're not ready to put the efforts you're trying to put, can you consider them as the 6 people? No. The 6 people are 6 working people. And that's what you need to help you cycle again, 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 and again, unlimited times. And when you cycle the X2 matrix, 2.7 times is what you get, right? I hope this is very, very clear. Now, what is the potential profit that you can actually make when you actually get to the X2 matrix? This is what you can make. The bigger the slots, the bigger the money. Now, this representation that we have on the slide is just with the assumption you have cycled only one time all the way from slot 1 to slot 12. And what would that give you? That would give you 348.12 BNB. But do you know something? It's impossible to achieve this. Impossible. No human can do this. Why am I saying that? Think about it. I repeat, this structure or this paper that this picture that you're actually looking at, it says you cycle slot 1 to slot 12 only once. But remember, when you're actually on slot 7, slot 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, there are people joining you on slot 1 again and again. So you are obviously going to cycle the slot 1 many, many more times than the bottom slots. If you just do it once, it pays you 348. Imagine you do this twice. What do you make? Multiply that by 2. If you do it 4 times, what would you make? Multiply that by 4. That's how big the potential is only from the X2 matrix. Now, if you actually look at it, you ask yourself one question. You're here to actually build Pluto. Fine, I get it, right? Now, which number in the profit column attracts you? Right. I'm sure everybody's going to tell me 12. Yeah, that attracts everybody, attracts me too. But in order to get there, you have to reach the slot 8 and cycle. So you need the 17.28 BNB to open the next one. And remember, every slot that you open, the next slot is double the value for cycling. So you're saving more money, you're getting paid more, and everybody loves to get paid more. And that's the mantra of the X2 matrix. So earning this 0.135 BNB can actually happen every single day. It can even happen every single hour. But how will it happen every single hour? When you understand 6 people helps me to cycle. 6 builders is what we want. 6 people who are ready to commit is what we want. And that's how the X2 matrix works. Now, the second matrix, what is that? It's called the X3 matrix. Remember this. 14 people helps you cycle. Is these 14 IDs? Yes, it's 14 IDs. But remember, 14 people help you cycle. And every time you cycle, you make 4.14 times the cost of that slot. X3 matrix is a 2 by 3 matrix, right? And come on, people, say it loud, right? Say it loud. And this is how you say it. 14 people helps you cycle. Now, is it possible to actually cycle X3 matrix daily? Yes, it's very possible. But what would it take to get there? 14 people. Now, is this 14 people, is it any 14 people in your team? No, it's not, right? Yeah. Is it any 6 people in your team? No, it's not. This is a 2 by 2 matrix. So this 6 people you're looking for either need to be your direct or your direct's direct. 2 level deep only. So that's the kind of 6 people that you need. Again, I repeat, either your direct or your direct's direct. That's it. If you are getting anybody outside this circle, that don't count towards your six people. Now, the best thing for you to do ideally is make these six people your direct. But just you, I mean, let's say you've not yet reached there, you can substitute them with your directs, but eventually you need six people whom you have sponsored, and they are the magic number that you're looking for. These are your personal sponsors or people whom you have sponsored. The same way in the X3 matrix, you need 14 people. Now, in the X3 matrix, please remember, this is a 2 by 3 matrix. What does it mean? Initially, when you start, it could be your first liners. First liners is the people whom you have sponsored. You can also include your second liners, which is the people who they sponsor. And because it's a 2 by 3 matrix, you can use the third liners. But there is no fourth liners in this business because it's a 2 by 3 matrix, right? Because if you actually remember how the X3 matrix looks like, it looks like a 2, 4, 8. That's it. But if 8 brings 8,000 or 8 brings 8 million, what do you get? Nothing. What do you get? Nothing. There are people say, oh, I've got 90 signups in my team. Correct. You may have got that, right? But I didn't make any money. Correct. Why? Because it fell below the third line. There are only 3 tiers in X2, X3, and there are only 2 tiers in X2. If you have got 1 million people joining you on your X2 matrix, which is below your second line, do you benefit? No, you don't. X2 matrix, it is the people who you sponsor and the people they sponsor. That is it. In X3 matrix, it is the person who you sponsor, who they sponsor, and they sponsor one line only. So, what people are doing out here, already making a big mistake, building long genealogies. What do you mean by long genealogy? They're building long leg. There is no long leg in this business. A lot of people are actually who have actually got experience with binary programs. They're building a matrix program, the binary style. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. You got to build 2 by 2 in the X2 style. You got to build 2 by 3 in the X3 style. Only then do you get paid. So say this really loud that you actually understood this, because if you've understood this, every time you do that, you're making 4.14x, which is what? 4 times your money with just one cycle. And if you are building your right expectations today, if you're building the right strategy today, you are sure to get this. And cycling X3 matrix on a daily basis is also going to become very simple, right? Now, how are you supposed to be building the X2 and X3? You're not supposed to build it deep. You're supposed to build it wide. Deep is binary strategy. Deep is unilevel strategy. That does not pay you here, ladies and gentlemen. But if you build it wide, that's how Matrix pays you, right? You're looking for a wide genealogy, not a deep genealogy. Now, when you cycle X3, yes, it's 4.14 times. Your savings, your profits are a lot more, right? Now, if you're actually starting with the first slot, it's mandatory that everybody starts with the first slot. Mandatory. When you do one cycle, you made 0.2 BNB after that deduction. This is your net profit. Yesterday, somebody who said, oh, there's a 10% deduction. I'm like, yeah, there is a 10% deduction, which we are going to talk about the next slide, the 10% deduction. But 90% is coming to you. Why are you worrying about 10%? In most of the countries where you all are coming from, you have tax. That tax is more than 10%. Why are we worrying about the 10%? Forget the 10%. Be happy the 90% is coming to you. Now here, look at this slide again. What we're trying to say, if you cycle from slot 1 to slot 12 just once, you make 642 BNB. Again, I'm telling you, I challenge you. Nobody can cycle all this only once. So by the time you reach slot 12, you would have cycled many of this more than once. So when you reach there, is this what you're going to be making? No, this is not what you're going to be making. You're going to be making a lot of this because you have cycled this, I don't know, maybe 100 times, this 80 times, this 70 times, this 50 times, this 20 times, this 10 times, 5 times, once. You still made more than that, right? And when you've cycled this 100 times, is it going to stop? No, the people are again and again going to come because remember, you are building it wide. To always remember, incentivize yourself to bring in more directs who are working directs and encourage your directs to put more directs. Going one level below is going to hurt you in this program big time, right? And a lot of people are already been hurt, but don't worry, that hurt is nothing because the kind of duplication I've seen some people doing across the world, it's kind of unbelievable. And then they say, oh, Pluto don't work because, we're not getting paid. We build long leg. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no long leg. Please understand that very, very clear. Right now, bigger the matrix, more the dollars. So to reach to the top, you need to be on slot 12. A lot of people are playing on the slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, slot 5, slot 6. Slot 6 is only 50%. So if you are on slot 4, remember you're not even reached 50%. So if you are below slot 4, remember you're 33% or less. When you reach slot 8, remember you're either 66% or less. The game is not about 66%. The game is how to hit the 100%. And what's the 100%? 100% is slot 12. Now, we have the crypto bull run coming, right? Where BNB, the third largest circulated cryptocurrency across the world, has potential to hit 4 digit. Today, BNB is $300. Okay. When I say 4 digit, what are we talking about? Maybe $1,000. Now, tell me something, ladies and gentlemen. What does it cost to unlock slot 12? 102 BNB. If you do it when it's 300, what does it cost you? $30,000. Okay. What does it cost you when one BNB is $1,000? $100,000. Are you ever going to make that $100,000 to just open up one slot? You may do it if you grab the vision. Because when it's $1,000, you're also making 4.14x. So when one BNB is $1,000, how much is that? $423,000 every time you cycle once. Can you imagine the potential of this business? It's huge. But now the BNB price is low. It's the right time to grab that vision because this program globally is just around, I don't know, 45 days, 50 days old. That's about it. It's just a 50-day program. It's still a baby in the world. So remember, bigger the matrix, more the dollars, right? And to reach to the top, you need to reach to be on slot 12. So anybody on this call, if you are slot 4 or below, you're not even 33%. And if you are slot 8 or below, you are not even 66%. And 66% is not going to make you a millionaire, right? You got to go. You want to play big, then you got to make that decision one time, big time, and make that and do that for yourself. Now, the royalty bonus. I've explained this a million times in the last 45 days, 60 days, right? A lot of people don't get this. No problem. I'll say it different. You need 10 directs in each slot to earn an extra 1% per slot. I'll repeat. You need 10 directs in each slot to earn that extra bonus of 1% per slot. Now, when somebody joins the business, it is mandatory. They buy one slot in X2, one slot in X3. That means that's 2 slots. So if you have 10 directs on the people who have joined the the 1 by 1 slot, you get 1% only from the first box. 1 from X2, slot 1 from X2, slot 1 from X3. That's about it. But remember, there are 24 slots. X2 has 12 slots. X3 has 12 slots. 12 plus 12 is 24. You have 24 slots, which means what? You can earn 24 bonuses. Now, you know what is the typical mindset? I'll tell you what the typical mindset is. Just to get to that royalty bonus, a lot of people have put in themselves. They bought 4 IDs, 3 IDs, 6 IDs, 8 IDs. Some have bought even 10 IDs. I don't know that. I don't know who's bought what, but you know what you have bought, right? Okay, so they've got this 10 directs. They've reached the standard. They've reached that, what do you call, uh, the title. They've reached the title Royalty Club member. But there's nobody working below them. And if nobody works below you, what royalty are you getting? The royalty you're getting is 1% on the duplication. So when you do 10 directs, you don't get 1%. When they do something, you get 1% out of that something they do. This is royalty bonus. So if you have only 10 directs, all of them have purchased slot 1 in X2, slot 1 in X3. You're getting only 1% of the first slot. Now, how do you go and get the bonus from the second slot? First of all, you need to be on the second slot. Second of all, your 10 directs need to upgrade to slot 2. And if you do that, now you're getting 4 bonuses. Why? Because now you have 2 slots in X2 and 2 slots in X3. Now, if you are a 2 by 1 matrix, that means you got 2 slots in X2, only 1 slot in X3, you get only 3 bonuses. If you're a 1 by 2, which means what? 1 slot in X2, 2 slots in X3, you still only get 3 bonuses. In order to get the 4th bonus, you need to build it equally. When I say equally, you buy 1 by 1, upgrade, 2 by 2, upgrade, 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5, 6 by 6, 7 by 7, 8 by 8, so on and so forth, till you reach slot 12 by 12. The big money. Now, this is unbelievable money, this royalty bonus. This is also called residual income. The royalty bonus you get paid when you are sleeping, right? I know I'm training right now, but I'm still getting royalty bonus right now. Why? Because of this 1% per slot, right? Now, right at the beginning, the company says anybody and everybody can go maximum slot 8 by 8. That means what? 8 slots in X2, 8 slots in X3, right? Which is what? 16 royalties can be earned. So is it easy to actually get to 16 royalty bonus day 1? No, it's not easy. Is it possible? Yes. Because if you have 6 directs, or 12 directs, which can actually follow you blindly, you're already there. Then all you got to do is work with them, help them build, because the more they build, the bigger the royalty. Now, the 1% on the slot 1 is 0.001. On slot 2 is also 0.001. But from slot 3, it's not 0.001, it's 0.002. And when you start accumulating 0.002, 0.001, 0.004, 0.003, you realize it's so easy to earn BNBs per day. I hope the royalty bonus is understood, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, if there is somebody in this room who have actually purchased 10 IDs for themselves or 10 IDs within the slot, you're not making the royalty bonus. And now I hope you understand as to why. The royalty bonus is paid on further production of community building, further production of ecosystem building, a royalty for life when they are building that ecosystem, not when they are not building that ecosystem, right? Now, this example, very clear example. That's you. Whoever has done the 10 directs gets paid. That's slot one. But if this was slot four, these 10 people have not completed that criteria. What the system will do, it will skip, start looking for the 10 directs or the 10 uplines who have completed the criteria. Now, this is a global business and it just started, or I would say just getting started. 2 months is not a big time. 2 months is not a big time. So get there as soon as possible. Because if you're not there, you're losing money on a daily basis. And I know a lot of people who have already lost a lot of money because they're sitting on 4 directs and 3 directs and 2 directs, but their one leg is actually shot out. So for all those people whose one leg is on a fire, get to those 10 directs immediately because you are losing out a lot of money on the royalty bonus. Now, what's next? X6 matrix. It's yet to be launched. But remember this, you need Pluto meme coins to unlock this. Right? So, the big question, where is the Pluto? When you enroll yourself, company said we will give you 100 Pluto. A lot of people are worried, where is my 100 Pluto? It will come. Right now, it's in the testnet phase. Once it goes to the mainnet phase, then you will get your 100 Pluto. If you refer to, right now we still have the promo going on, you get 1,000 Pluto. Now watch this. This is a very, very fair ecosystem. There is no bias here. Somebody joins with a 1 by 1 slot, refers to, they get 1,100 Pluto meme coins. I joined with the 8 by 8, I also get 1,100 Pluto coins. So this company is very careful. They're not throwing Pluto to actually, distribute more. They're keeping it low. Why? Why are they keeping the distribution low? Because the cost would matter big time, drastically. So are you ready? Now, when Pluto launches, you need money. Sorry, not money. You may have a lot of money, but you need Pluto meme coins to unlock the X6. And where would you buy that from? From something what we call the pre-ICO, which is coming. That's where you will buy it from. So first of all, you need to have enough Pluto meme coins to unlock your X6. And I'm telling you this, the day X6 unlocks is when you'll be getting a chance. People will be rushing to go buying maximum slots in X6. Why? Because the income in this X6, I think, is going to be in Pluto. So the X2 and X3, your accumulation of funds is in BNB. I think. Why am I saying I think? I'm not sure. But I think the X6 income is going to be Pluto. So do we have to really worry about buying a lot of Pluto? No. We will be earning a lot of Pluto. A lot of Pluto. 1 million Pluto. 2 million Pluto. 5 million Pluto. And that's what's coming, my friends. So get ready. Some of us are not ready for the X6. Very few people, very few people are ready to play X6 the way it should be played. Not to worry, when the X6 launches in a Super Saturday, you will be taught how to actually play this. Also, not to worry, right? Now, what comes after that? The meme coin. Now, the meme coin is going to be launched as an ICO in 3 stages. What is ICO? Initial coin offering. So what's going to be stage one? Before the market even knows, the Plutonians globally are going to get that first mover's advantage to buy the coin. So what would that mean? We're going to get the coins for very, very low price. Now, first of all, the initial set of coins that we actually get to buy from the ICO, we'll probably be using it here in X6. If you want more, you would purchase more and keep. You can also call this a savings bank, right? Now, in 3 stages. Now, meme tokens of this kind has done double, 5 times, 10x, 100x, 1000x. Now, my big question to all of you, are you happy if it goes 1000x? Yes. You were very happy. Why? Congratulations. Now I call you millionaire. We all call you millionaire because that's what you've become, a millionaire, right? And this will be launched in 3 stages. But how many people really have made that money to buy the Pluto meme token as soon as it comes in? This is your chance. This is the greatest wealth transfer in the world. But are you ready for the wealth transfer? Becomes the question. So if the answer is yes, go to the chat box and say, I am ready. Because we are going to be building this business the proper way, the greatest wealth transfer in the history of cryptocurrency could be this coin. So get ready. This is not a cheap, sidey time pass business. This is an amazing business, a simple, a very duplicable, amazing business. This is your chance to be a part of history with Pluto. It's the wealth hunt which is on the horizon. Whether you like it or not, whether you're ready or not, it's a wealth hunt. We call this the Pluto, the BNB hunter. You could be making a lot of money from Pluto. You could be making another lot of money from BNB. You're making money from multiple sources of income, all within one platform, one umbrella, and one ecosystem. That's the power of Pluto, right? Now, what is our best product? Now, everybody, you are born with the ability to change someone's life. You're born with that ability, so don't waste it. That is our best product, right? I don't sell stuff. I offer hope, health, excitement, and freedom. I would like to lock arms with people who want to do the same thing and having fun doing it. That having fun doing it is very, very important, right? It's very, very important. Why? Because if you're not having fun, I'm sorry, you're not enjoying it. You're just not enjoying it. Just 1 second. I think my just 1 second. Yeah. So it's important that everybody who is actually here enjoys doing what they're doing. Because if you're not enjoying, you're not doing it. Or if you're not, if you're not doing it, you're definitely not doing it the right way. And it's important that everybody does it in the right way. And that's when it makes it more fun, more big for everybody, right? So coming back to this, what is the best product? This is the best product of the company, right? Selling, not selling, promoting this program to people who are having fun doing it and helping people change their life forever. And that's awesome. Because if you can actually do that, you're making a lot of fun, right? You're having a lot of fun. You're financially free and you have the control to make a lot of people financially free globally, right? Now, what do you want to duplicate in our business, right? What is duplication? A large group of people who are like-minded have the right mindset. So the very first thing that everybody has to duplicate is the right mindset. There are so many people out there which don't have the right mindset. Why do you need them? You don't need them, ladies and gentlemen. Look for the people who want to ride in your car. Don't look for people who are traveling on the road, right? There are two kinds of people in the world. The first kind is called spectators. What do spectators do? They buy ticket. Ticket for what? To watch the second kind of people, the players. Spectators spend the money to watch the game. Players get the money to play the game. So decide, you want to be spectator or you want to be a player. Make that right mindset right here, right now, right? What do you want to duplicate? You want to duplicate success in this business. There's nothing else that you want to duplicate. You don't want to duplicate failure. You want to duplicate success. Okay, now induction. Induction is very important. What is induction? By sitting with your people. You only have to work with 6 people, remember that. Or you just have to work with 14 people. If you just work with 14 people, work with them hand in hand. And if they're not ready to work with you, shuffle the deck. Next. Shuffle the decks. Next. Shuffle the decks. Next. Because you are only looking for 14 people in the world. Build their prosperity list, do their list building, help them to make those calls, invite them on Zooms, work with them hand in hand, okay, and how to share this opportunity daily. Ladies and gentlemen, we have global Zooms with Pluto, multiple time zones, multiple time slots per day. If you are trying to follow all the Zoom patterns all across the world, you can't do it. It's that big. It's too big. You can go on all the Zooms, but you know what? If you have the schedules, you can break down into teams and actually capitalize on a lot of Zooms that are happening globally, right? That's what you want to duplicate, right? We have global Zooms. These Zooms are not for us. These global Zooms are for every one of us. Use it, right? Now, we have global trainings like these. This one is in English. Tomorrow we have one in Hindi because Team India, there are a lot of people who like to actually learn all of this in Hindi. Yeah. So if you understand Hindi, go there too. Maybe you understand something that you did not understand in English, right? Global trainings, very, very important. Social media. Now, social media has been a game changer. A lot can be done in social media, right? A lot. I'm making all these sizzler videos in different language for what? I don't even know if the language is right or not, but it's for social media, right? There is tons of goodies that are coming, but you will not see the goodies if you're not going to be active, right? Now, we have a YouTube channel called Blitz Global. All these videos are going to be there. But don't want to like and subscribe, don't do it. But what happens? You lose out. And they're for free. We're not charging you money for actually what do you call joining our YouTube channel, or we have a WhatsApp group, we have a Telegram group. That's what you want to duplicate. You want to get your team to get serious. If they're not serious, ladies and gentlemen, you're wasting on the wrong potential. All you need is 6 people for killing it in X2 to make it very big in X2. If you make that 6 look like a 14, you're going to make mad money, because 14 people is all we need to actually get between X2 and X3, which will help X6, which will help Pluto, which will help you change your life, right? And edify the business. What does it mean, edify the business? This is a good business. So when somebody tells you this looks like a scam, you can go to that YouTube channel. We had objection handling a couple of weeks back. Take a look at that. You will know how to answer those questions, edify your business. Because if you remember this, the way you prospect is the way you prosper. So when you're talking to somebody about your business, and if you're not sure of what you're talking, they will not join you. And edify the team. The team that's actually working relentlessly 24 by 7, 365, right? Edify the team. You don't lose when you edify the team, but if you actually tell them, do you know who's backing me up? Do you know who's backing me up? That's my team. We have backup where one message goes on a group and there are people from all over the world coming to your rescue, asking you, how may I help you? Does that happen everywhere? No. But does that happen in Pluto? Yes, it does, right? And you want to duplicate that, and you have to edify that. We put a wonderful system. If anybody has got even a little experience in the world of network marketing, it is system that runs the business. Business do not run system. System takes care of the business automatically, right? And success stories. Your success stories is what matter. My success stories, I know whom to tell my success stories to. Everyone's actually giving other people's success stories to other people. Nobody's getting motivated. Start sharing your success story, because that's what matters, right? Now, has anybody played this game called Chinese Whisper while you were in school or while you were as a kid? A lot of this is happening. How do you play this game, Chinese Whisper? Now, something is being said by the first speaker, right? Now, the second person who's listening to what the first person is saying is not focusing 100%. He's not focusing. So he hears a little, He assumes a little more, and that's what gets translated to the third person. Now, already the content from here, by the time it's reached here, is very different. And by the time it goes to the last person, it's totally different. Now, in school, when we actually played this game called Chinese Whisper, this was a joke. And whatever the last person says, something would be like really hilarious. Everybody in the class would laugh. But you know what? In network marketing, also, there is a Chinese whisper where there's somebody who is screaming their lungs out trying to do a training. Some people are busy, I don't know, watching the television. Some people are busy chatting with somebody on WhatsApp or checking if somebody liked my post on Facebook. Okay. Or checking if it's raining out there or checking something else. So they are not absorbing that information. So guess what they're passing to the next person? The half information. This is a game, I understand, but it's definitely the name of the game is not called Chinese Whisper. So if you're actually doing the Chinese Whisper, stop it. That's not a fun game. Focus, right? Focus on what? Focus on your signups and focus on building your team. Again, I repeat, your signups and your team, right? Grabbing the opportunity alone is not enough. I know so many people who have joined, yeah, and I've completed 45 days, so have they. Wow, that's amazing, right? But have they done anything? No, they're still waiting. Waiting for what? If they say they were waiting for Christmas, I'm like, oops. Why am I saying oops? Because this was launched on the 20th of December 2023. So if somebody was waiting for Christmas, they should have waited only 5 days. But if they're going to wait for another Christmas, oh my God, what have you just lost? Right? Now, begin with the end in mind. Be very definite what you want to make from this program. If you want to make one BNB, okay. Now you want to make a little more than that, then say it. So go to the chat box. Tell us, how much do you really want to make? Stop being shy. Nobody's going to come kidnap you if you write 100 BNB on the chat box. Nobody's going to do that. You begin with the end in mind. What is it that you're trying to focus? What are you trying to achieve in this business, right? Learn quickly. You are running against time because this X6 launch and this Pluto meme coin launch is running already against time against you. So learn quickly. Grab those teams now, right? It's going to get fun. It's a great program. This is not a rug pull. This is going to stand the force of time. Not to worry, but learn quickly, right? Be the testimony you want to hear. All of you are wanting to hear, oh, like this happened, oh, like that happened. Very good. But for that to happen, you become that person to make that happen, right? Okay, try to be better than what you were yesterday. Now, this is very important. So today, if you know the Pluto program 3%, tomorrow it should be 4. You know what? Don't worry. 100 days from now, you are 100% perfect. You're a global leader because you learn the business brick by brick, step by step, baby step by baby step. And do this business daily, even if it is just for 2 hours daily. It's a daily business. It's not like once upon a time I joined Pluto and then nothing happened. No. Some people have even forgotten which date they joined. But some people just cannot forget how wonderful their life has been from the date they joined. And remember, people, focus on changing people's life because that one-time commission is no good, no good whatsoever. But if your focus is on changing people's life, you're going to make a lot of money, right? And helping others to succeed should be the magic mantra, right? I always try to help everybody on planet Earth. You know why? Because that is the magic mantra. I'm not doing it for no reason. I know that's the magic mantra. I keep helping because all you need is 10 individuals. 14 would be ideal, but even 10 will do. And one of the magic mantras of this business is 10 by 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 10. So no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, I am looking for you, but I'm looking for only 10 people. And I'm looking for those 10 aces, right? And the minute I hit that, right, you're talking about 1,000 BNB, you're talking about 10,000 BNB, you're talking about 100,000 BNB, we would smash bigger targets than 100,000 BNB. And that's a guaranteed, right? 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. It'll take time. I know it will. But can it be done? We don't say it can be done. We'll do it and show how it's done, right? Now, how do you qualify for the Dubai incentive? I hate Dubai. Very good. Don't come here. We don't give people visas if you say, I hate Dubai. But it's a wonderful country. It's also the crypto capital of the world. Now, imagine this. Imagine you come to Dubai and 4 people from your team come with you to Dubai. How much BNB would you be earning if that happens? Think about it, right? Plan Dubai with your team. Don't try to come alone. The offer is valid till the 31st of March. What does it say? Earn 100 BNB. I did not say spend 100 BNB. Earn that. It's called an achiever's trip. Pay your own way for the trip. A lot of people said, will the upline pay? No, upline will not pay. Upline will pay for their ticket. You pay for yours. That's why we want you to earn 100 BNB. And after earning 100 BNB, if you change your mind, that's okay. Don't come. But earn that 100 because we want everybody on this call to earn that 100 BNB, right? The deadline is 31st of March, 2024. Look, I got so excited, I even made a typo error, right? That's okay. It's 2024, not 2020 and then a 4, right? And we are planning this trip in the mid-April 2024. Why mid-April 2024? Because that's when the Bitcoin is halving. And there's a lot of information a lot of people need to get. And it'll be really good if you can get it around April 2024, right? Yeah. Now, how do we get there? How do we get there? Remember this picture or take this picture. This is called a buddy system. The faster you actually form your buddy team, the faster you're ready to rock and roll up. Make the big money. Buddy system. How does the buddy system work? Remember this. You make a team of 5 buddy. That is you plus 4, right? You plus 4, 5. Next, this buddy cannot be lazy buddy. So can it be anybody? No, it cannot be anybody. Can it be everybody? No, it cannot be everybody. It has to be working buddy. Okay. Now, we had in my trainings, we actually have this thing about this everybody. So, the word everybody, if you actually write this down, it's EVERY, BODY, and you keep knocking one alphabet, what does it sound like? It sounds like this. Everybody, everybody, rye buddy, y buddy, woody, die, why. What is it? I would repeat it once again. Everybody, everybody, rye buddy, y buddy, woody, die, why. Right? So you don't want buddy, woody, die, why. You want 5 buddy. That's what you want. And if those 5 people bring in 2 people, even in the first week, which is too much time, you have a team size of 15 new people you're working with. Why? Because you start with the 5, everybody brings in 2, you got 10 new people, 10 plus the original 5, your team size of 15 people. Step 2, go to week 2. 15 people bring in 2. You have 15 people in the 2. Bring 2. Everybody brings 2. What's your team size? 45. How come? When 15 bought 2, it's 30 people. But remember, you have 15 to start with. So 15 plus 30 is 45 people. And week 3, 45 brings 2. Team size, 135 people. Ignore the typo error. I know size is spelled S-I-Z-E. That's a typo error. Don't focus on this typo error. Focus on what I'm talking, right? So if you do this, what do? Next, you break this buddy into 5 individual teams. And what do you do after that? Repeat the same. And what is this called? This is called the buddy system. And repeat the formula and play the power of 2. If you want to actually get to that magical $1 million in 2024, form a buddy system and play the power of 2. Because why reinvent the wheel when the wheel is already invented? So once upon a time, I remember hearing a story when, all the wheels in the world are round. So one person said, what, why can't wheels be square? So he took a bicycle, he removed the round wheels and made square wheels. And then he realized it does not work. Yeah, right. It would not work. Wheels got to be run, right? So life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. And that's the bad part, right? So stop complicating things. Nothing needs to be reinvented. The formula is the same, right? Now, keep it same no matter which nationality, no matter which country, no matter whichever product, no matter whichever season. It doesn't matter whichever age, but there is no reason to change any of this because the formula is absolutely the same. Right now, this is a very simple, easy crowdfunding platform. Let it be that way. Don't complicate it. Okay, people have got so many questions. Why, why? Are you getting paid thinking of those questions? No, it's stopping you from getting paid from this easy program, which is called Pluto, right? And it works the same in every country. This country does not say, oh, in so and so country is a poor country, so we charge less BNB. Oh, this country economy is better, so we're going to charge you no more. No, no, no. Everybody is treated equally. This is an equality program, right? The laws are simple and the game is yours, right? And there is no need to change anything unless you are trying your level best to fail in this opportunity, right? Now, what's the golden mantra? The golden mantra is teach two to bring two. T2B2, T2B2, T2B2. Say it a million times. Because the more the number of times you actually say this, the more successful you are going to be. And this is the only golden mantra that you need to understand to be very, very successful in the Pluto verse. Right? Now, the race is on. This business works. Digital has got a lot of people dying, crying daily for an opportunity. Expose it. Do it the right way, right? Do it the right way. Expose it digitally. You can attract a lot of people globally because this works, right? Now, a very, very important thing is your testimonies, right? Testimonies is what's your story. But remember, it has to be different. It can't be the same story month one, month two, month three, month four, month five. No, you cannot, right? So what we did in our team, we actually asked people to actually take a small task, complete the small task, and then treat yourself. Some people wanted to buy a pizza. I hope that pizza is ready. Some people wanted to buy lobster. I hope that lobster is ready. Some people wanted to buy a Reebok shoe. I hope that Reebok shoe was bought. Some people wanted to do a spa, right? There's nothing wrong in saying, you know what? I treated myself to a wonderful spa, a wonderful Reebok shoe, some wonderful food, treating myself with one cycle made from Pluto. People like to hear this, you know? And remember, every time you come onto a global Zoom, if you give a different testimony, that works more, right? So very, very important question is what's your story? And keep changing that story again, again, and again. It helps. The 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 formula is finding diamonds. But the raw diamonds is very ugly. It takes a lot of pressure, heat. But before that, you find the diamond. And then it takes a lot of pressure, a lot of heat, a lot of fineness to cut the diamond to make it look like this. You have the ability in you to find those diamonds, and you don't have to go across continents to find them. They're probably in your backyard. If you remember that pot of gold story, you're not going to call somebody from China today to come and help you lift that pot of gold. Because if that's what you do, you lost the pot of gold. You got to find people in your local territory. Your diamonds are around you, and stop looking globally. Look in your own zip code, or look in your own state, or the street, or the boulevard you actually live in. They're there. Just look for them. Just find them, right? Now, cha-ching, sifting and sorting, right? What does that mean? Sifting and sorting. Now, this was something that I learned 15 years back, and it is Mr. Mel Gill who's actually taught me this, right? And watch this now. What is sifting and sorting? There are a lot of people who come in, okay, just like this flour, but not all the flour is going to be used because you actually sift. and sort the floor because you only want the fineness and you're only going to cook with the fineness. He also showed me a trick. He showed me a trick back in the days, 15 years back, and that day I would never, ever, ever, ever forget, right? Well, he actually bought a deck of cards. He bought a deck of cards where he actually showed me how does that spade of ace come. He shuffled the cards and he was just saying, first card, two of clubs, no good, throw. Three of diamonds, no good, throw. He kept doing it over and over and over again, pretty much going through the entire deck. And when he finally found a ace, he put that in his pocket. When he found a king, he put that on the side. He found a queen, he put that on the side. A jack, he put that on the side. 10, he threw it. He kept doing this. I'm like, what's he trying to do? Where is he trying to get? It was finding the right people. And you should not be ashamed if you're sifting and sorting because you are trying to find those aces right here, right now, right? That's the 10 by 10 by 10 formula. Now, identify people who are in your same mission, right? They got to be like you. They got to think like you, right? Now, each partner is worth a 1 million investment. So let's say I found you and I want to work with you and I find you are my right diamond. Imagine I give you $1,000. I have to imagine I'm not going to give you $1,000. I'm going to imagine I invested $1,000 in you. Now, if I have invested $1,000 in you, first of all, do your own research and invest in the right people. Now, hypothetically, if I've invested $1 million on you, would I not want it back? I would. And how would I get it back? By using the formula, making sure you're making money, I would automatically make money with you, right? Work with them daily, make them accountable, and call them daily also. You got to work with them daily. There cannot be a day where you are not talking to these people who are basically your 10 by 10 by 10 and make them accountable. Call them in the morning saying, so what are we going to do today? Every day, right? Help them to cycle as soon as possible. The faster they cycle, the faster you cycle also. And make sure they cycle every day. Give them this formula, Act 48. I've already done my Act 48 training. In 48 hours, people have to cycle. Is it possible? Yes. Can it be done? Yes. Work with the right people. Act 48. Cycle in 48 hours. Can you imagine? You've got 10 people, everybody is cycling in 48 hours. What happens to you? Think about it. Get their dream list and help them achieve each and every one. I was talking to somebody about lobster. I don't even eat seafood. Yeah, I don't eat seafood. I'm allergic to it. But if somebody else wants a fish or a lobster, what is my problem? No problem. And help them achieve it, right? Because they would achieve a meal, I would achieve that same meal, or even may not be seafood, but maybe some meat or maybe some vegetables. It doesn't matter, right? Now, always remember link cycle check to purpose. So when you play for a lobster, a cycle, a bike, a rent check, a bank installment, when that purpose is definite, it becomes more fun to link it. So if you make an extra BNB, what are you going to do with it? I will pay my credit card bills. Fantastic. Then let's do it. Let's help you close that credit card bills, right? Always remember, link cycle check to purpose, right? Introduce incentives for your team. Now, when I actually started with Team Pluto, for my downlines, I launched a 1 BNB incentive. A 1 BNB incentive. I said, hey, the first 5 people from my team who does 8 by 8, I will give them 1 BNB free. Right? Somebody said it will not work. I said, very good. Let it not work. I will not give it to anybody. But they have to be 8 by 8 to get that 1 BNB. And there were 5 winners in my team. And that helped me cycle slot 8. And thanks to that, I reached slot 9. Does this formula work? Yes. Always introduce an incentive for your team. Now, are you going to give it to the whole wide world? No. You give it to your directs. You give it to these people who are actually in the X2 level 1, in X3 level 1, level 2. Think of an incentive, give them. It could be a T-shirt, it could be a cap, it could be a one BNB, it could be, I don't know, $100, it could be $20, it could be anything. It could be a free upgrade, right? It could be a free upgrade also, right? Think about it, right? Always introduce. Now, teach your team to why is it important to upgrade? Because if you've made a team of 10 and they are going to upgrade with you, it's very good. Now you've started getting royalty bonus for everything. Remember that you're making it more easy for you, right? Always keep them excited with a very clear game plan. So today is date so and so. By so and so date, what are we trying to achieve? The game plan has to be very crystal clear, right? Make a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day plan and stick to that and go smash those targets and win. Nobody has actually joined Pluto to lose, but some people are waiting for things to happen. That's not what winners do. They don't wait for things to happen, they make it happen. What is duplication? Duplication is a large group of people doing a small activity repeatedly again, right? That's duplication, right? We are a global program. We have global markets. Reach out and connect to people globally, right? So is it possible that you're in, I don't know, Asia and you can actually find people in Australia? Yes. In Europe? Yes. In America? Yes. This is a global program. So if you're in America, can you reach out to somebody in India? Yes. Some people are already doing it. But what happens when everybody reaches out and starts connecting to people globally? Our Plutoverse is going to populate automatically, and those stories are going to sell, and we're going to reach that 50,000 community very, very fast. And that's when the X6 and the Pluto and all the magic enters our life. So what I would like to tell everybody, let's win it together, because there's no fun winning a game alone. This is not an alone game. This is not a game of chess. This is a community game. So let's everybody on this call, if you like to win and you don't know where to go, let's work together. Let's win this together as a team. So if you want to win with us, just go to the chat box and say win, right? We'll work with you, right? We understand you. We know that, okay, fine, you were not ready before, but now you're ready. So if you're ready, write that word win on the chat box, right? Now remember this. This is very, very important. One day, you will tell your story on some stage of how you overcame and what you were going through in your life when Pluto entered your life. And remember that. That story will be someone else's survival guide. They would hear your story, they would cry, and they say, now I have a reason to live. Because if that person can do it, we can do it. I have seen network marketing as such a noble industry, right? Rags to riches. A fisherman, if they didn't go fishing one night, their family was broke. They were literally surviving in less than $2 a day. This $2 a day is the whole family expense per day. $2 a day cannot give you a shelter. So they were actually sleeping under the boat in the beach because they could not afford a house. They saw network marketing. Today, they are one of the biggest networkers the world has seen, right? So your story is very, very important. Everybody has had struggles. Sometimes when people learn what kind of struggles you had, that's when they understand that what they're going through is not just them. There are a lot of people all over the world. A lot can happen in this year. Every morning I wake up, I tell myself one thing: if it's got to be, it's up to me. And if I can do it, I will do it. And you know what, team? If we all are one team, if we all are one team, we can do it and we will do it, right? Thank you so much for paying attention. And coming on the Zoom call. I really appreciate each and every one. What I'd like to do now is stop the recording